Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight we're doing a review a lot of people wanted. This is T-Rex by Zoologist. It came out in 2018. This thing is an absolute monster. It's a beast. I've never actually had something perform from one spray. It's gassed out my entire house. I have something to read to you. These are not my words. This is a post, an entry, because I'm on some online communities, and this perfectly summed up what's going on my arm. I can't begin to explain how traumatic an alpha T-Rex is. It makes you smell like 1,000 tiny reptiles that just got microwaved by a rock traveling at thousands of miles per hour. The raw stench of burnt and charred lizards really complements the subtle beef jerky smell. Someone actually asked me why I smelled like a burnt rattlesnake, and someone else I said I smell like grill shavings. Another person said Slim Jims. And I'm getting that. I don't know if it was intentional because there was... It's so good. That's such a good explanation. They say there's a blood accord in here. I think there's a whole steak accord. I think there's a Brontosaurus burger accord in here. This smells like meat. This smells like charred flesh. Bloody flesh, if you want to, insinuate that. In a weird way, this can be considered a gourmand. Some people are like, well, a gourmand has to be... something sweet and desserty and tasty. But this smells like a smokehouse. This smells like smoking meat. In a way, this is edible, and my mouth is actually kind of watering from it because it's this savory meat smell. Here, I'll read you some of the notes. I don't have like a bottle or a little sample pack to give you the accurate note. Well, I have the note list right here. So it's resins, it's cade oil, it's... a Papanax, it's leather, it's civet, pine balsam, bay leaf, pepper, cedar, lots of wood, lots of flowers, all different kinds of flowers. And I think what they were going for here was kind of a prehistoric, kind of an ancient earth setting where it's, the old growth, old ferns, things like that, plants that were during that time. And of course, the T-Rex is coming through, and he's got a dinosaur hanging from his mouth that he just ate. And I know some of you are like, well, tell us a certain flower, There's so many flowers in here, you'd have to be a pretty trained nose to pick out the certain flowers in here. It's a lot of white flowers, but it's also a lot of different colored flowers, so it doesn't lean soapy at all. I mean, when I'm telling you this thing is beast mode and it's just emanating from my arm. When I was walking to this room to do this review, the sillage was... My arm was hanging like this when I was walking. The sillage was moving faster than me. It was moving faster than me and coming up to my nose while it was down here and I was walking this way. So you would think the sillage and the smell would be blown this way. It was racing me, and it beat me. I've never had an extraordinary experience like that before. I went to school in a snowy area, and it was like any direction you walk, the snow's in your face. Like, that's what this is. Any direction you walk, the T-Rex is in your face. This thing is absolutely beast mode. And I know that's exciting to some of you, but also keep in mind it's incredibly challenging. I mean, you smell like meat, you smell like leather, you smell like smoke and fire. And I mean, the person who wrote that post, it's traumatic. And to say, this is a very brutal smell. And what I have to say is I think this is the true DNA of zoologists. I think T-Rex and bat are the most pure zoologist DNA there is. I think what they explain the life and the death of the animal that they're trying to emulate, whereas other zoologist fragrances kind of just do the setting of the animal, kind of like what the animal would do and what it would like. This is the life and death of the animal. And bat does that, and T-Rex does that. And because you kind of get this meat death accord. And I know I'm not selling the death accord. I know that's going to become a meme. But really, I mean, it smells like that meteorite came down and wiped everything out. So it's interesting how it's the setting before the meteorite, and then after the meteorite just nukes the whole planet. Because you get that. You get the flowers and life before it, but you get this just desolation, charred meat, charred ground, ash after. And it's interesting how it's that contrast of light and dark, and then, you know, green and not green, brown fire. Would I own this? I want to say I like it. I do like it. I mean, I guess I'm a little biased. I really like Zoologists. I really like Victor Wong's creations. So maybe I am a little biased in saying I do like it. I cannot own this though. I won't own this. One, it's among the more expensive zoologists. I do have B, but I really like B. I do like this, but there's just so few occasions I could wear this. I'm not kidding when I say this is absolute beast mode. You can see fragrance videos online of, top 10 beast mode fragrances, Ultra Male, Eros. This, I mean, this is like, you can touch the miasma of this fragrance. It is so strong that it's lodged itself in my nose. It's all I can smell right now. And I mean, it is unbelievable. And in its own strange way, it is a masterpiece. Here, I'll pull out the notes list so I can just pick off certain things, because I'm sure some of you want certain notes picked off. So I definitely get the Cade oil. And a lot of people are using Cade oil for those like smoky fragrances, the fiery smoky fragrances. And I'm getting that. I'm getting the civet, definitely. I will say I don't like the note civet. I don't like it, and I know it's going to be upsetting to some of the people watching this, because there's some civet fans out there. But among the animalics, it's like my least favorite animalic, because it kind of has that pissiness to it. The resins, the incense, I get that. It's kind of the smokiness. It kind of sweetens and enriches the smokiness. I get that. The leather, yeah, I mean, I get that too, and that's kind of the hide of the animal, and it's kind of a drier, like crisp leather. I guess, you know, they were going for that with the fireball and everything like that. Pepper, spices, there's nutmeg, sandalwood. So there's kind of that spiciness. I'm getting the pepper a lot, actually. The rest is just flowers, just assorted flowers. I see saffron, I see violet. Is that violet? I'm sorry, jasmine. Neroli, osmanthus, geranium, rose, just other flowers like that. I don't want to look at the computer the whole time. But it really is an impressive fragrance. And, I kind of do get the, now that I read it, like I kind of do get that citrus neroli. Weird. Like I didn't pick it up until I read it, and now I can't like unsmell it. That's really interesting. I don't know. I guess maybe it's my mind just playing tricks, but I definitely pick it up. Like once you read about certain ingredients, you pick them up. Just smelling this without looking at that, I just got that meatiness, that savory meat. It's like gourmand. And I know some people are like, what? But really, in its own strange way, like I get the beef jerky. I absolutely get it. The Slim Jim, I absolutely get it. The burnt reptile, I get it. I don't think it's like a super gamey smoked meat though. So I think the burnt snake might be a gamier meat. This kind of smells beefy, like beef stock. Yeah, beef stock. So kind of the smoked beef. Really fascinating fragrance. Try before you buy. Do not blind buy this fragrance. One, because it's expensive, and two, this is very challenging. This is a challenging zoologist. This is probably among the most challenging zoologist. But if you are a zoologist fan and you want something truly challenging, or you're just one of those guys who wants something beast mode and you just want to drown everybody out, man, this thing is a nuke. It is so strong. It is. I'm going to be smelling this tomorrow. I'm going to go scrub. I mean, no, I'm going to leave it on. I didn't mean to come off like, I'm going to scrub it because I don't like it. No, I mean, it's just like I need to tone it down. This was one spray, and I'm like, it is pounding my nose right now. It is so strong. But it's really interesting. I'm going to wear this out one night. I don't know what night yet, but something is compelling me to wear this out one night just to see what happens, just to see how it performs, because it is such a strange smell. It's very masculine. I cannot see a female, a lady, girl, whatever, wearing this at all. This is straight masculine. there's no way a female could pull this off. And I'm usually pretty unisex. I have a very unisex, androgynous approach when it comes to fragrances. But this is a female cannot wear this fragrance. It is like just so. I mean, it's just something else. I've never smelled something close to this. Really impressive. I would recommend all zoologist fans to try it. But it's up to you if you want to buy it after the sample. Do not blind buy this. I think it's really interesting. I had a lot of fun with this review. Until next time, guys.